Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Comfortable Spaces. My name is Danielle and I love to talk about affordable living and intentional homemaking. And today on the channel, we are going to be making a little project. Okay, so this is a project that I have actually wanted to be working on for quite a while now. It is replacing the curtains in our kitchen for new valance curtains. I'm embarrassed to say, but we have had the same curtains on our windows in the kitchen since we bought it. Like, they were actually the previous owner's curtains and I've never really liked them, but I had been waiting to kind of redo the kitchen to see what colors we were going to choose, what style we were going to choose. That way I could easily pick a pattern that I like to go with the kitchen. And if you saw my kitchen remodel video that came out just a few weeks ago, you know that we finally finished basically every bit of the kitchen. The last few bits we needed to do is I wanted to do these curtains, and my husband is in the process of making us new shelving so that they can hang on the one empty wall that we have in the kitchen as well. So those are the two major projects that we're working on. Now, I decided to DIY make my own curtains because curtain valances, even just the valances, are very expensive. And a lot of times you have to buy the top valance and the lower curtains, like if you've ever seen those kitchen kind of duos together. And I just didn't want to spend all of that money. I wanted to try to save where I could. So I found this beautiful fabric from Walmart from their Better Homes and Gardens line. It was this beautiful blue paisley. It matched the kitchen perfectly. It had a blue and white combo. So I purchased this fabric in 2 yards and decided to use this. I knew it would be absolutely perfect for the kitchen. So that is what we're going to be working on today. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so you're going to start off by measuring your fabric, and I actually used the previous curtains to align the measurements, and then I actually went about 2 inches past what my original curtain measurement was so that I had enough room for some seam allowance. Same on the bottom, I actually added 4 extra inches to the bottom of the fabric so that I would be able to fold the fabric over for the rod pocket to be able to fit. And then I used the edge of the previous curtain as just a line to cut everything evenly. After that, I wanted to iron everything because I really wanted everything to be straight when I started out, so I didn't have a lot of creases. The next thing I did was turn the fabric over to the back side, and I measured a 1/2 inch down so that I could start to iron the fabric down. This was going to be my bottom seam of my curtain. And once I had the 1/2 inch seam done, then I folded it again to make it a perfectly straight, beautiful line across, and again ironed that down to make it work lovely. After that, I flipped the curtain around to the opposite side of the curtain. I measured a 1/4 inch down and then folded it again to make a nice clean seam. I ironed that all the way through, and then I put some pins in to keep the seam held down for when I was going to sew it. Once I got everything set up on the sewing machine, I just started on my seam line and worked across the entire piece of fabric, and then flipped it around to the other side, and I did the other seam. So once you have the top and bottom seam done, you are going to take your fabric back to the ironing board and you're going to fold a 1/4 inch over on the smaller side. And then again, do that flip piece a second time so that you have that really nice clean seam line. And you're going to take the fabric over and sew your seam. You should have a nice little X stitch at the bottom when it is complete. And then we're going to start to create our rod pocket. So the first thing that you're going to do is take your fabric back over to your ironing board. You're going to measure exactly 3 inches down, and I pinned those in and ironed them flat. And then I sewed across the entire fabric, the 3 inches down, and then I put the fabric back into the sewing machine and I measured 1.5 inches down. And what this is going to do is it's going to create the perfect rod pocket in between, as well as a ruffle on the top. You can see as I just load the rod right back into the fabric, it gives you that nice bunch at the top, as well as a perfect size pocket for the rod that you have. I repeated that same step with my second curtain and had 2 beautiful valances. So thank you so very much for watching. I really hope this tutorial was helpful for you. This is a basic idea of how to give you an easy valance rod pocket curtain. Subscribe if you're new around here, and I will hopefully see you very soon back here on the channel. Have a great day. Bye.